Hello everyone. So today we will talk about the Hindu gods and goddesses. So Hindu gods and goddesses came from this religion which is known as Hinduism. Hinduism is one of the world's oldest religion which originates in India. There are many forms of Hinduism, but the most common one is known as monotheistic, which means they believe only in a single deity which is known as Brahma or Brahman. But still, they recognize the other gods and goddesses. So, as you scan in my first slide, we can identify or we can see the word Trimurti. Trimurti is known in the Hindu society as a word that stands for the Hindu Trinity, which is similar in the Catholic Holy Trinity. So in the Catholic, we have the God the Father, God the Son, and the Holy Spirit. In the Hinduism, we have first Vishnu. Vishnu is also known as Vishnu Bhagwan. He restores the balance between good and evil. He acts as the guardian mediator to preserve order and truth. Vishnu, as what I have said, is a part of the Hindu Trimurti or Hindu Trinity. Stories of Vishnu typically include three wives or consorts, which is Lakshmi, Ganga, and Saraswati. Vishnu is one of the Hindu triune gods. He preserves and maintains the peace and order, and he also protects human from evil forces. As what I have shown in the picture beside the definition, we can see that Vishnu has four arms, which holds the lotus flower, the chakra, and a shell, and lastly a weapon. Lotus flower symbolizes as purity. The chakra or the disc energy symbolizes for his mind and creativity. The shell carries the sound that can be heard all throughout the universe. And the weapon he is holding in his forearms is the most powerful weapon in the Hindu religion. Shiva is also the god of the Hindu Trinity, or he is the third god in the Hindu Trimurti. Shiva's role is to destroy the universe in order to recreate it. His wife is Parvati, which is also a goddess in Hinduism. So, si Shiva siya ang known sa Hinduism as the destroyer. What comes to your mind when you hear the word destroyer? Syempre do ka negative or something. But Shiva's role as a destroyer is not an evil one or not an evil act. Nang Shiva destroy the universe in order to recreate it, because Hindus believe that there is a cycle in the universe wherein a universe has to end and start a new cycle. So, in order to have the second cycle or the next cycle, Shiva or the Lord Shiva must destroy the universe. So he is composed of a third eye, cobra necklace, vibhuti, and a trident. There is a festival known as Mahashivratri wherein Shiva is being bathed. Na siya ang festival na si Shiva ginaliguan nila sa honey, milk, and they also worship it together as they bath the god. He is known as the Lord of the Dance. Diba daw, ka-contrasting because he is a destroyer na we might depict him as a mighty one. But together with that, he is also a Lord of the Dance because Shiva and the Hindus believe that dance symbolizes the word truth. truth, kamatuoran. So there is a story about the birth of Lord Shiva. So si Shiva naghalin ni siya kuno sa isa ka pillar which ang iyang end wala ga kakita or mas lapaw pa sa earth kag sa heaven. So sa dirang adlaw gatok si Shiva or si Vishnu and si Brahma nang they are arguing kung sino ang pinaka-powerful sa ilang duwa. And then a pillar came wherein ara na si Shiva sa sulod. Nakibot si Brahma kag si Vishnu wherein si Brahma nag-transform into a goose and fly into the top of the pillar to see which or what is going on in that pillar. While si Vishnu naman niya nag-transform into a boar and dig deep into the earth to see what is happening. So until they discovered nothing. So nagbalik sila sa ilang pwesto and then they see after a time nga naglutaw si Shiva wherein they decided that Shiva is also powerful and they should decide that Shiva must came along with them. Brahma is the first god in the Hindu Trimurti. Brahma's job was the creation of the world and all the creatures. When Shiva destroys the universe at the end of its cycle, the role of Brahma is to recreate it. He is the least worshipped god in Hinduism today. While Vishnu and Shiva damo sila temples or place na gina-worship sila all over India or some other parts of the world. Si Brahma naman niya may ara lang ni siya isa ka dako nga temple wherein may story kung nga amo na da siya nga lugar ging patindugan sa ina nga particular na big temple of Brahma. So I will give a brief summary of that story later. So, Brahma has 4 heads and it is believed that this came from the 4 Vedas. Ang Vedas amo ni sa ang sacred scriptures of the Hinduism. So, originally, ang head ni Brahma is known kuno nga 5 kabilog but nang it depicted na 4 heads na lang because si Brahma ginkakasti ni ang iyang 5th head because it says something about the god of destroyer or Shiva. He insulted the lord of the destroyer which is Shiva. So Brahma decided to rip off the 5th head. God Brahma also depicted as a 4-armed god wherein sa iyang arms may siya ginakaptan nga rosary book ng pot with holy water and a lotus flower. So the rosary symbolizes time, the book symbolizes knowledge, and the pot with holy water symbolizes the cosmic energy. The lotus flower symbolizes the nature and essence of life. So, may ada story kung there is a particular place wherein ginpatindugan sang big temple ni Brahma and kung dira gid na certain place siya ging butang. It is because in that place Brahma had a fight with a devil wherein he defeated the evil or the monster by the use of the lotus flower. So, ang lotus flower nataktak iya petals in that place wherein amo na siya ang gina-worshipan nga lugar or ginpatindugan sa iya temple because that petals from the lotus flower turned that certain place into a sacred one. Ganesha. Ganesha, also spelled as Ganesh, also called Ganapati. His name means both Lord of the people and Lord of Ganas. He is the son of Shiva and Parvati. His Vahana or his vehicle is a Indian bandicot rat. So, amo ni siya ang somehow famous na God in the Hinduism because of his unique head. Ang iya head iya niya ka elephant. So, there is a story why Ganesha's head was turned into a elephant. It is because nang he is assigned by his mother Parvati ng outside her bathroom to guard her. So, she instructed Ganesha to look after her. She said that no one should be allowed to enter that bathroom while she is in bath. So, si Shiva, nagsulod ni siya sa home wherein gusto niya man to magsulod. So, Ganesha stopped him and Krishna is the most widely revered and most popular of all Indian divinities, worshipped as the eighth incarnation of the Hindu god Vishnu. As a youth, the cowherd Krishna became renowned as a lover, the sound of his flute prompting gopis. Ang gopis amo na sa mga female cowherd or sila niya ang mga wives and daughters of the cowherds. Now, they are attracted the way Krishna played his flute. Krishna and his brother Balarama returned to Mathura to slay the wicked Kamsa. Si Kamsa, hindi man siya mag-iban sa ila because Kamsa is the sibling of their father. But Kamsa started the battle between them, Krishna and his brother Balarama, because Kamsa heard a prophecy wherein islay man siya kuno ni Krishna and Balarama and destroy his kingdom and maput down siya below or mahalin siya as a king. So, they find the kingdom unsafe, therefore they transfer and establish a court. So, si Krishna and Balarama, nag-create sila sa ilang court. He married the Princess Rukmini and took other wives as well. Durga was created for the slaying of Mahishasura. Si Mahishasura, isa ni siya ka-demon nga pwede shape-shifting. So, the triune gods, the Hindu Trinity, and the other lesser gods cannot defeat Mahishasura. So, they combine all their powers, which resulted to the birth of Durga. That is because hindi na gid nila masarangan si Mahishasura. Pagka-create nila or pagka-combine sa nila powers, amo na siya ang pagwa ni Durga. As depicted sa picture, ara ang mga famous weapons of other gods. She is also greater than any of them. As what I have said, Durga has been created with the many gods, the triune gods and the lesser gods. So, ang tanan nila nga powers na impart kay Durga, which makes her the most powerful among of them. She is usually depicted riding a lion and with 8 or 10 arms, each holding the special weapon of one of the gods. Si Durga, amo ni siya ang permis sa war. Kag si Durga nang very beautiful gini siya, amo na nga ginagamit yaman ni as a source of power ang iyang beauty because gina-entice niya ang iyang mga kontra gamit sang iyang tsura. Agni, the god of fire, is one of the most prominent of the deities of the Vedas. He is said to be a son of Prithvi, while other version says he is the son of Brahma. He is a swift messenger moving between the heaven and the earth. So, si Agni, amo ni siya ang twin brother ni Indra, which is the king of the heavens. Si Agni, amo ni siya ang gabalik-balik sa message through the gods from the heaven and the humans in the earth. He is the Lord of the house, dwelling in every abode. He is a guest in every home. He despises no man, and he lives in every family. So, si Agni, ga-depict man ni siya or makita as a guard of every home of every human in earth. Kali, her name derives from the Sanskrit meaning she who is black or she who is death because si Kali nang daw siya daw anino. She is the Hindu goddess of death, time, and doomsday. Kakulbaan kay Kali, no? She is most often represented in art as a fearful fighting figure. There are several traditions of how Kali came into existence. One version relates when the goddess Durga fought with Mahishasura. So, pagka himo kay Durga, nga ga-fight na siya kay Mahishasura, need niya sang backup or need niya sang help. So, that's why Kali has been created. When Parvati furrowed his brows, siguro sa taman kaakig, and then nag-create niya siya sang daw black to shadow. And then, they called it as Kali. Another version is when Parvati shed her dark skin and then Kali came to life. So, ging pagwakon ni Parvati sang iyang nga dark skin, amo na siya ang nahatagan life si Kali. Lakshmi is the consort of the god Vishnu, goddess of wealth and purity. There is a story of her rebirth wherein a wise sage offered Indra a garland of sacred flowers. He displayed such arrogance. By throwing away the flowers, they believed that Lakshmi entered the milky ocean because of that. After that, the gods was defeated by the demons because they don't have Lakshmi. So they decided to turn the ocean, and they take 1,000 years to do that and found that Lakshmi came out. So, paghatag sang wise sage kay Indra sang flowers wherein si Indra may pagkabastos, ngihaboy lang ang flowers na gihatag sang wise sage. So, because of that, nagsunggod siguro si Lakshmi and entered that particular ocean. Rama is the perfect avatar of Vishnu. Rama, in other words, of Swami Vivekananda, is the embodiment of truth, morality, the ideal son, the ideal husband, and above all, the ideal king. Kung ato ng tawon si Rama, he is the perfect guy, he is the perfect god, he is the ideal one, he is the standard. He is the hero of the great Indian epic Ramayana. So, are you familiar with the story of Ramayana? Wherein Ravana takes or steal the wife of Rama, which is Sita. Not because of he love, but because Ravana has full of lust for Sita. Varuna is the god of the sea and rain. He receives the instructions given by Lord Indra and will do according his favor. Lord Varuna is also praised for getting relief from water-related diseases. So, because Varuna is the god of sea and rain, it is connected to waters. Therefore, the common medications for the water-related diseases is being held by the god Varuna. He is also in Ramayana, wherein Rama sought for his help. There are such encounters in Ramayana wherein we can find Varuna, and the most famous one is when Rama ought or asked for help to cross the ocean or the sea. So, as the god of the sea and rain, Varuna helped Rama. Surya. Surya is both the sun and the god of the sun. The sun in itself and the god of the sun. He was created together with the creation of the world, together with the universe, the planets, and the stars. There goes Surya. Surya was once ranked along with the Vishnu, Shiva, Shakti, and Ganesha because he is also the one of the oldest gods in Hindu mythology because he came along with the creation of the world. So there is a story about Surya and his wife. So there was a story about Surya and his wife together with their children. So their children is Yama and Yami. Now, their relationships or relationship as a couple was so good. Not until Sanjana, his wife, was being disturbed by the light or the brilliance of light that Surya brings. Therefore, she leaves Surya and disguises as a mare or a horse. And then Surya came out of the decision of Sanjana. So he come along with Sanjana and asked for his father-in-law to help them. So his father-in-law decided to trim off the brightness of Surya, but Surya didn't want to trim his brightness. Therefore, he uses shoes to cover the brightness that came from her feet. Hanuman. Hanuman is the monkey commander of the monkey army. While still a baby, Hanuman, the child of a nymph by the wind of God, tried to fly up and grab the sun, which he mistook for a fruit because Hanuman, playful, gini siya kaya katama na monkey. In Ramayana, he also led the monkeys to help Rama. In the time that Rama seeks for his wife, which is Sita, he encountered Hanuman, which Hanuman plays a role wherein he also helped Rama in finding Sita. So Kartikeya is the warrior god of Hinduism, just like the god Durga. A demon named Tarakasura was terrorizing the land, and even the gods could not stop him. They knew there was only one hope, the birth of a divine warrior who could save them. So just like when the creation of Durga, gods or the other gods could not stop the demon named Tarakasura. Therefore, they concluded that they must have another god. According to Hindu legends, Shiva the destroyer is destined to have a son. So this son of Shiva will be the one that will be able to kill or punish Tarakasura. Shiva and his wife Parvati created a being with 5 faces. So Shiva and Parvati has this 5 child wherein they bring it to the forest, and then nakita ni siya sa isa ka maiden wherein siya ni ang nag-take good care of the 5 child of Parvati and Shiva. Na ginkuha ni sila ni Parvati, and then she discovered that nukabudlay sa ila take care te nang she decided and Shiva to create them as one. So, may ara natabo nga ang ulo nila nga 5, isa lang sa isa ka body. So, all in all, 6 na siya ka head. Ang 5 for the representation of 5 child, while the 1 or the 6th head is the all in all in control of the body and the 5 heads. Kartikeya was the much awaited warrior god. So, therefore, amo ni siya ang nakapwede kay Tarakasura. Parvati is the wife of Hindu god Shiva. She is the goddess of fertility, beauty, marriage, the arts, and many more. And she is recognized as benevolent and loving. Parvati comes from the Sanskrit word for daughter of the mountains, because he is the son of the mountain god. Shakti incarnated herself as Parvati and was born to the mountain Himalaya, who was also a god, in order to marry Shiva to produce the warrior son. So, Parvati is the mother of Kartikeya, who killed and destroyed Tarakasura. Vayu, also known as Maruta, is Vedic and Hindu god of wind. Vayu is extremely important for existence. He is regarded as the most powerful and superior god. So the question is, why Vayu is the extremely important for the existence? Hindus believe that no one or no life can survive and grow without Lord Vayu's blessing. That is how important Vayu is. Kubera is the king of Yakshas and the god of wealth. He lived in Lanka, but his palace was taken away from him by his half-brother Ravana. Kubera is the guardian of the north and is usually depicted as dwarfish figure. So, si Kubera and his brother or half-brother Ravana is into rivalry. That is because Ravana raped the fiancée of Kubera. That is why Kubera cursed Ravana that he will turn into ashes the moment he forces himself again to women sexually. And then Ravana defeated Kubera in a battle because Ravana gets the demons or demon warriors from Lanka. Rudra is known as a divine archer who shoots the arrows of death and diseases. As a healer and the source of 1,000 remedies, he also beneficiary aspects. He is also the father of the storm gods, the Rudras, sometimes called Maruts. So even though Rudra is the one that shoots the arrows of death and diseases, gakabulig man siya or makaka-benefits man siya because he is the source of many remedies for such diseases. He is also known as the avatar of Shiva. Yama is the Hindu god of death. The Vedas describe him as the first man who died. He presides over the resting place of the dead, which is located under the earth. Na may story ni siya wherein si Yama is a very handsome guy. That's why he cannot concentrate at his work. There were times that the bad deeds are increasing all over the world. So the one of the triune god cursed him and turned him into an ugly one, wherein that is his handsome face is losing. The Dattatreya is considered as the most dignified incarnations since he is the manifestation of the 3 divine powers of Lord Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. He had descended on this earth to establish Satya. Satya is known as the universal truth. Dattatreya created his concert through yogic energy. So there is a story of the birth of Dattatreya. There is a story about the birth of Dattatreya. So in a forest, we can find a home wherein a sage Atri and Ansuya lived, a couple, and Ansuya is very loyal to her husband, That is why the Holy Trinity give her the powers that Lakshmi, Parvati, and the other wives of the Hindu Trinity was being jealous of. So they asked their husbands that they should test the loyalty of that maiden. So therefore, the Hindu Trinity disguised themselves and came into the earth, or descended into the earth and came to the house of the maiden, and nagpakuno-kuno sila nga gutom in order to be in the house of that maiden. So the Ansuya, or the maiden, let them into their house. He served them, wash their hands and feet to be able to be ready for eating. So the three gods now ask the maiden if she was going to serve them without her clothes. So Ansuya, or the maiden, goes in the kitchen, and then he prayed and meditate for her husband. He then decide to make the Holy Trinity, or the disguised Holy Trinity, as a babies. Therefore, though hindi siya siguro sensual lang tawon. So, ang disguise sa Holy Trinity, nagimo naman sila sang baby. And then, the Ansuya, or the maiden, fed them. Pagkaabot sang sage, or the husband ni Ansuya, he discussed what has happened, and then after they talk, the Holy Trinity came into their house in their real form. So they were amused because of the loyalty of Ansuya, or the maiden, to her husband, Sage. Therefore, they rewarded them with a boon. Ang boon, amo ni siya ang ginatawag nga surprise, or isa ka wish. Tapos, Ansuya and Sage wished for a baby, and that baby should have the powers, or they should look like with the Holy Trinity, Brahma, Shiva, and Vishnu. So, the Holy Trinity created a person, or a baby, with 3 heads. Each represents one of them. So, that is the birth of the Tatriya. Sita is also called as Janaki in Hinduism. She is the consort of the god Rama. Her abduction by the demon king Ravana and subsequent rescue are the central incidents in the great Hindu epic Ramayana, are also called as Rama's journey. So Sita, she is the woman that is being abducted by the demon king Ravana, and she's the wife of Rama, and she is depicted as a beautiful woman. That's why Ravana is full of lust towards Sita. Ashvins are the 2 twin brothers of Hindu mythology, the sons of Surya. The Ashvins name derived from the Sanskrit Asya, or horse, and they are closely associated with that animal. They are considered the physicians of the gods. As twins, they represent a cosmic duality of ideas such as light and dark. So, in short, the 2 twins represents the light, or the brilliant, and dark. So why is Zeus present in the presentation of Hindu gods? He was regarded as the sender of the thunder and lightning, rain and winds, and his traditional weapon was the thunderbolt. He was also called the father of both gods and men. He was mentioned in Vedas. Ang Vedas naman isang sacred scriptures or gahold sa mahim sang Hinduism. So ang pamangkot, the question is, why is Zeus present in the presentation of Hindu gods? It is because he is similar with Indra. And why does he is similar with Lord Indra? It is because the father of Lord Indra is Kyospita, or it can be similar with the pronunciation of Zeus in Greek mythology, and that is, Zeus is worshipped as Kyospita in the Hinduism. Eh, So, all in all, it may means that Zeus, Beta, and Zeus is the same but worshipped in different mythology in Hinduism and in Greek mythology. Si Zeus, Peter, and si Zeus, isa lang din sila but worship in different religion or in different mythology, in Greek and in Hinduism.